Okay, so what's next is some sort of a chance to actually profit, right? Because right now there's no trailing, there's no take profit. We're just opening an order, holding on, and then eventually we lose. So what I'm going to do is very briefly explain something that I don't even fully understand, which is Chandelier Stop-Loss. And even though I don't really fully understand it, I saw it happen once. And the way that I saw it happen before we really get into it is this is what I saw. So I saw, I'll just do a screenshot, and this is how you can do stuff that you don't fully understand if you have GPT. Okay, so this is price. It goes like this, right? In a trend. Super cool price. Okay, regular trailing stop loss is just going to trail whenever price goes up, it trails. But a chandelier stop loss, how it works is somehow it looked like this. I'm not saying it is exactly like this, but it looked like this. It looked like it stays over here, and then after price comes down and breaks, so after price goes down, breaks up, and it seems like this is a swing low, it then just moves over here. And then once again, it goes up. Once it really reaches that level where it hits, you could say like around over here, it's gotten up to this section over here. Then all of a sudden, somehow, from what I've seen, just I saw a video once a long time ago, it just jumps to the swing low. And it does that continuously on the swing lows only. And so what's actually happening is price isn't trailing based off of nothing. It's trailing seemingly with the swing lows. So it goes straight from here to over here, and then straight from here to over here, and then straight from here to over here, just jumping. And so the amount of times that it jumps in this trend, you could say, is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I'm gonna write all of them. 5, 6, as opposed to just every single time it just inches away upwards, which I feel like, it's more effective. Let's use this thing that we don't really understand, and we can get away with that because, well, we have GPT doing all the work. We've delegated all of the work to GPT. So how does that look? Actually, one thing I want to show you, a proper explanation before we begin, is here. You can see in trading, the chandelier exit is a technical indicator that creates a trailing stop loss by using the average true range, which we've used to adapt to market volatility. Interesting. So developed by Chuck Libiu, I don't know, this dude. So thank you, Chuck. It helps traders stay in a trend longer and lock in profits by placing stop loss or stop levels that move with price, but remain at a distance. So that's what I saw. I saw it remained at a distance, seemingly just at the swing lows. And I wanna try. I wanna use it. I wanna see if we can use it. Okay. So what do I do? Really simply, I just say great. Now add chandelier trailing logic. And because I know that this is a term, like actual term, but yeah, I don't know exactly how it works. I want GPT to do the thinking. I'm emphasizing, hey, this is the term, this is what we're using. Research it. So I say add chandelier trailing logic. I know that it is trailing logic, so I do give it some context and say that chandelier trailing logic to add Chandelier training logic for a trailing Stop-Loss. So grammar issues. The reason is just because I wasn't even sure when I was typing this if I was going to stick to this. And I was planning on maybe I'll change. I just want to see, does it work? And so I just typed really quickly. We've been here before. Grammar issue plus typo issue. And to my surprise, it kind of did work. And then I just decided, whatever, we'll keep it. So I'll add this in. And what I found was it didn't exactly, I clicked the, hold on. Oh, here we are. So what I found was that it's too tight. And the reason I know that is because when I just look at it like this, and just kind of skip and look for any situation where I'm somewhat profitable, like something happens, and it took a while, I just put it on fast mode, waiting for arrows. So I'm just looking for arrows. I don't need to see price. I don't need to see everything in action. I can just use the dotted lines showing you where you entered and exit or exited to just determine like, hey, it worked or it didn't work. So I did that for a while until I got to see a short kind of trail. And I'll save you the trouble of waiting with me here. So I'll move on, but that's basically what I did. I just went full speed, sat here, waited, and then eventually I did see I did see some trailing. Another thing I did just to make it easier on me is I looked at this balance. So if balance goes up, then trailing did happen because there's no other way for balance to go up apart from, actually being in profit, which means there was some sort of trailing. So I waited for that to happen, and I did see that. It was just going down, 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 and then it went up once. I was like, okay. And so I made the decision to say, hey, I need to put some distance between the entry and the stop loss because it's just too close. Every time you get triggered, stop loss gets triggered as well. So this limit order gets triggered, stop loss gets triggered pretty much immediately after, way too close. So what did I do? Well, I did exactly that. I went ahead and I said, great. Now make the initial stop loss position an adjustable parameter. That's because that's currently not an adjustable parameter. It just adds one ATR away, the stop loss. Okay, what's the adjustable parameter going to look like? Chances are, because it's based on ATR, it's going to be using an ATR multiplier like we did before and a look back period. So you remember that from, I don't know which part, many parts ago, that's how that would work. And I was confident enough to just say, make it an adjustable parameter because we've done that before. We've done an adjustable ATR parameter. Had I not done that before, I probably wouldn't have made this prompt as simple as it is and just said make an adjustable parameter. So that's the idea behind this prompt. I go ahead and paste it in with the intention of increasing that multiplier, basically increasing the distance of the stop loss so I can come back later and actually see something happen. So at first it's the same distance. You can see it's not a really big distance over here. Now I want to make this distance really far and just give it some room. So where do I do that? Well, I go over to this page where all the parameters are. Okay, so I look for that adjustable parameter, the initial stop loss. It should say something along the lines of initial stop loss, and it does. So here we are. Initial SL mult. So mult is multiplier. Keep in mind, I never said to GPT multiplier. It just knows like this is a multiplier, and it's set to 1. So it's set to 1, and I'm assuming now, because there's mults over here, that it's using the same look back period for this ATR. So chandelier period 22. Okay, so it's a look back period of 22. The multiplier for the chandelier is 3. The multiplier for chandelier is 3. Multiplier for initial stop loss is 1. All right, cool. I need to increase this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a big number. I'll say 8. And for the chandelier as well, I want to just make it a bit bigger. I do want it to trail rather aggressively, so I'm not going to make it that big. Let's say 5. All right, cool. And that's pretty much it. Now I go click on start over here, and we'll see what happens. Do we get some actual trailing action? Do we get some profit? A situation where you really get profit? I'll stay on this side. All right. Okay, so here, what's going on? Let me switch over to that side just to temporarily show you there is a big distance now. This is the sell limit, and there's a stop loss. It's pretty far up, and we're pretty zoomed out. Like you can see these lines. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in just a little. I'll click the plus button. I'll make this a bit bigger. Okay. And I think it already did trail once, but okay. All right, we'll move on. All right, I do see it getting a little closer. So it did come a little closer. So I do see some trailing action, and I'm assuming it went onto this swing low. So let's hope this is the example that we can use. Okay, now it got triggered. Already I am seeing some improvement because, see, this is a lot longer. It actually held on to the trade instead of just immediately getting filled and then canceled. Still, I want to see a bit more. Wait for the condition to be met. Enter the trade. Oh, I saw something happen. Oh, here. Okay, so there was an entry here. Kind of missed it, but it's fine. I'm using these arrows and the line to see that we did actually get in a profitable trade. It hit this resistance zone, got in, went down, trailing occurred, and then we got out with a profit. And we're even in a profit here, if you see. I check on the history. I just want to see, okay, well, there's a lot going on over here, lots of cancels. So we still have that problem from before where there's just a bunch of orders happening. There's a bunch of sell limit, sell. So this one got triggered because it says sell instead of sell limit. And it's the same order. So it's number 2. Below it, action is stopped. So something happened, it got stopped. Sell. All right, cool. If I scroll down, there should be another one, and you can see there's a lot of orders, right? So all that scrolling, and it just moved a little. So that problem from earlier persists. We do have way too many orders being placed, but we're at a stage now where we do see a bunch of orders. Wow, look at how many tickets there are. 800 tickets. That's a lot of orders. Pro tip, not all brokers are okay with that. the broker I use, which isn't the one we're using right now, lets you do 30 orders in 1 minute, which is actually a really good deal given how good their spreads are. But the reason they don't let you do that is because it prevents high frequency trading, just people really abusing their system. Latency arbitrage, and it's a very bad thing to do. People do it, especially if you have a lot of orders that you're allowed to do. But that's all beyond the scope of this video. I'm just saying there's a bunch of bad stuff that happens when you do way too many orders, and so this does need to be resolved if you're going to take it to the markets. Just letting you know. Okay, so that's nice. Might as well, that being this, that's nice. Might as well keep it going. Let's see what happens. Do we get another? We do get another. All right, so 2 times we're profitable. So it caught over here, exited over here, a short. Caught over here, exited over here, a short. So already our hypothesis from the beginning of like, hey, resistance zones are real, they happen, Crafer was right. You remember the beginning, right? So it is kind of working. This is a resistance level over here. And once price, all right, this is the resistance level. Once price hit that section, it bounced down. It went back to this resistance and it bounced down, right? We're not exactly capturing the entire move from here down to here or from here down to here, but it is kind of working, which is nice. When you look at the trade, there are losers, right? So it's not exactly profitable, but at this stage, we've added chandeliers, the chandelier training logic, and it did work. So what do I do next? Well, now I'm probably thinking, let me do the reverse side, or let me address this issue of, a bunch of orders, which is just not okay. What do we do? Well, we'll leave it for the next part in the series. Okay, we'll move on.